In a peaceful village surrounded by thick forests and wide rivers, there once lived a humble man named Alayinka. He was a hardworking farmer, known for his honesty and kindness. His wife had died many years ago, leaving him with a beautiful daughter named Ifyinanya, a girl as bright as the morning sun. Her name meant love, and she truly lived up to it. She helped her father in the fields, cooked the evening meals, and always smiled, even when the day was long. Ifyinanya was loved by everyone in the village. Elders often praised her manners, and children followed her around like baby goats. She had her mother's calm spirit and her father's gentle heart. But as years passed, Alayinka grew lonely. The farm was growing, and he needed help. One day, he decided to remarry. The woman he chose was named Marodi. She came from a neighboring village, and she appeared to be graceful, respectful, and kind. She wore bright wrappers, spoke softly, and brought gifts for the village women. At first, everyone celebrated the union. There was music, talking drums, roasted yam, and palm wine. But as time passed, the mask of kindness slowly began to fall away. At first, Marodi ignored Ifyinanya. She would speak to her only when necessary and never with warmth. Ifyinanya, raised in respect, continued to greet her stepmother every morning and night, bringing water from the stream and helping in the kitchen. But Marodi always found a fault in everything she did. Then came the chores. Marodi would wake Ifyinanya before the first cock crowed, while her own daughters, who came later to live with them, slept until the sun rose high. Ifyinanya would sweep the compound, clean the cooking pots, fetch firewood, and grind millet, all before breakfast. If anything went wrong, Marodi would beat her or refuse to give her food. Alayinka, who loved his daughter deeply, began to notice the changes. But Marodi was clever. When he was around, she acted like a good mother. She would offer Ifyinanya food in
front of him, knowing well the girl would be too afraid to speak the truth. And Ifyinanya, not wanting to bring shame to her father, kept her pain hidden. The villagers started to wonder. They no longer saw Ifyinanya laughing. Her once smooth skin was now rough from too much sun. Her clothes were worn, and the spark in her eyes had dimmed. One day, Alayinka was called to the neighboring town for a long trading trip. He had to be gone for many moons. Before he left, he held Ifyinanya close and whispered blessings into her ears. But as soon as he disappeared down the road, Marodi's true face returned, uglier than before. Now, Ifyinanya was treated worse than a servant. She was forbidden from sitting at the family table. Her stepmother locked away her best clothes and gave them to her own daughters, forcing Ifyinanya to wear torn wrappers. She was not allowed to eat fresh food. While Marodi's daughters feasted on roasted plantain, egusi soup, and goat meat, Ifyinanya was left with leftovers, sometimes none at all. Despite everything, the girl endured. She would cry at night under the mango tree, where her mother was buried, but in the morning she wiped her tears and carried on. She had a heart full of hope. She believed that one day, the spirits of her ancestors would hear her cry. As time passed, Marodi grew even more jealous of Ifyinanya. Even in rags, she still looked more beautiful than her own daughters. The villagers would still greet her kindly. One evening at the village square, the chief's son saw Ifyinanya and paused. Though she tried to hide behind a basket of yams, he noticed her quiet beauty. That night, Marodi's anger burned like wildfire. She made a decision. She would not rest until Ifyinanya was completely ruined. And so, the seeds of something darker were planted.